So, you've got that informative speech assignment probably staring you down from your syllabus, and you might be thinking, where do I even start? Well, don't worry. In this quick explainer, we're going to build out a complete roadmap. We're going to take you step by step from a totally blank page to a presentation you can be really, really proud of.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It can feel like this huge mountain you have to climb. But I promise you, it's really just a series of small, totally manageable steps. By the time we're done here, you won't just have a plan, you'll have the confidence to absolutely nail this thing. Okay, so before we even think about topics or research or any of that, let's just zoom out for a second. What is the actual mission here? Let's get crystal clear on the end goal, because every single decision we make from here on out is going to point right back to this. I really want you to lock onto that last part. Create understanding. Honestly, that's the secret sauce. Your job isn't just to dump a bunch of facts on your audience. The real mission, the real win, is to make sure they walk away with a new, genuine understanding of whatever you're talking about. You're not just a speaker. You're more like their guide. And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the golden rule of public speaking. Every single choice you make, from the topic you pick to the font on your slides, has to be filtered through this one question. What is best for my audience? If you keep them at the very center of your process, I'm telling you, you are already halfway to an amazing speech. Okay, mission understood. Now for the really fun part. Step 1. Let's find you a killer topic and start gathering all the raw materials for your speech.
So, how do you find that perfect topic? Well, think of it like a 3-part test. First, are you genuinely interested in it? Because, your passion is contagious. Second, do you know a little something about it? Or are you actually excited to dig in and learn more? And third, and this goes right back to our golden rule, will it be interesting for them? If you can find a topic that checks all 3 of these boxes, you've got a winner.
So once you've landed on that brilliant topic, it's time to become an expert. Good research is what's going to transform your speech from just, your opinion into a credible, really compelling presentation that will actually teach your audience something new. So how much research are we talking about here? Well, your assignment has a magic number. You need to find at least 3 separate, credible, external sources to build your speech on. That's the bare minimum. And here's a really crucial point. Your own prior knowledge or maybe a personal story, that's fantastic stuff for adding flavor and personality, but it does not count as one of your 3 required sources. You have to bring in outside verifiable information. And not all sources are created equal. You're really looking for credible information from places like academic journals, respected news organizations, or maybe expert publications. This is what builds your authority. Oh, and don't forget that final little detail, your reference list has to be in proper APA format. Okay, you've gone out and you've gathered all this amazing research. Now what do you do with it all? Well, step 2 is all about creating the blueprint for your speech. We got to build a strong outline. Now, this is the required structure. Your biggest ideas, your main points, they get the big Roman numerals. Then underneath each of those, you'll use capital letters for the key points that support that main idea. And then you use regular numbers for the specific details and the evidence from your research that back all that up. See? It's a really logical flow from the big idea all the way down to the specific proof. All right, your speech is structured. Now it's time to start thinking visually. A visual aid is a required part of this presentation, and honestly, it's your secret weapon for creating that all-important understanding we talked about. And this illustrates the purpose of your visual aid perfectly. It's there to clarify, to support, and to explain your points. It is not the main event. You are the focal point. The visual aid is just your powerful assistant. So, come up with your speech first, then design the visual aid to support it. And as you can see, you have got plenty of options. So don't just automatically default to PowerPoint. Ask yourself, what is the absolute best way to show my idea? If you're talking about statistics, maybe a graph is best. If you're explaining how something works, a diagram could be perfect. Just choose the tool that best serves your message and, of course, your audience. We are in the home stretch. Step 4 is the grand finale. It's all about presenting your speech and submitting your work. This is where all that effort you put in really pays off. Let's talk timing. The target for this speech is right between 6 and 8 minutes. If it's too short, you probably haven't covered enough ground. If it's too long, you risk losing your audience, so practice with a timer to make sure you're hitting that sweet spot.
So as you prepare to actually deliver your speech, remember that these two things are partners. You need a clear, well-supported message, of course, but you also need to deliver it with some creative energy. The most brilliant information in the world can fall totally flat if the delivery is boring. Your goal is to be both smart and engaging. So, what do you actually need to turn in? It's really simple. First, your final speech outline, and second, your list of at least 3 credible sources, all correctly cited in APA format. That's it. And one last very important piece of advice. Please plan ahead to get everything submitted on time. There are no extensions for this, so don't let some last-minute technical glitch spoil all of your hard work. And there you have it, from topic selection all the way to final submission. That is the complete roadmap. The path is clear, the steps are all laid out, and you have everything you need to succeed. So the only question left is, are you ready to get started?